of the challenges with writing music and arranging music for your ensemble is developing enough technical challenges to keep the kids engaged, but not overshooting their abilities and give them something that they're not comfortable with. So often you see and you hear an instructor talking about, well, I have to give the kids all these notes because otherwise they're not going to be interested. And we try and come up with parts that are interesting and cool, but doable, and really focus on the idea that you're going to play it with a great sound quality, and it's going to be consistent, and it's going to be readable, and it's going to work front to back if it's a moment where the pit and battery are playing together.
And you could look like you're not in physical pain while the lick is happening.
There's a lot of pained young performers out there trying to overdo far beyond their years of experience. And you're not doing the members any justice by giving them stuff that's outside of their threshold. And sometimes we as teachers have to be honest of, not only can that kid do that, but do I really have the skills as a teacher to teach that student how to do that skill set? Because maybe I'm not even properly recognizing how difficult that is. And it's also our challenge, not only as designers, but as teachers, to teach the kids the priorities about the music, it's more about performing with quality than performing the quantity of notes and all this flashy stuff. And especially in the A and open divisions, that the years of us doing that successfully has been based on doing everything well and doing nothing hard.
You just said, did you just say nothing hard?
Yeah, that probably should redo that one. Yeah.
It's really about writing to your ensemble. That's the biggest thing. What division should you be in? It's not even that big of a concern. It's more like, what can your kids do really, really well? In the A division, they don't expect very much demand at all. It's not even on the sheets. It's about learning to play really, really well. Right. There's nothing on any of the sheets in any of the divisions that say you have to have 2 snare solos and 2 tenor solos, and there better be a split single on 1 and 2. And I mean, there's literally none of that in any of the stuff. So it feels like a lot of times people just assume that you have to throw certain things into the show. You have to have that fast 2 mallet run.
Right.
It's like, you certainly don't. If you don't have a jamming mallet line, and you're in A and open, there's no reason to be forcing something the kids can't actually achieve into the program and then think you're going to get credit for it. It's just a little bit backwards, and especially in the lower divisions. We do more world stuff now, but we still have a lot of clients for our website, and we're selling, we do a lot of A and open work, and we're constantly orchestrating for those divisions every single year now.
Yep.
Like 10 shows or something. And it's interesting what is really expected in those divisions, and sometimes we'll see people add a whole lot more stuff to maybe some of the written books we've put out there, and it's like, cool, if they got it, do it. But if they don't got it, don't do it. It's pretty simple. But right into the strengths. If you have a really good front ensemble, maybe there should be a lot more moments where it's just front ensemble. If you have a really good tenor line and the snares are weak, there should be a lot more tenor exposure than there should be snare feed. Without war, there cannot be peace. Phil. Without hate, there cannot be love. Phil. Yellow. Combine. Another big thing that a lot of people fall into is you let the techs write all the features.
No.
Now there's pros and cons to all of that, and as long as you're involved with it and making sure that makes sense with what's before and what's after it. That's crucial. There always has to be someone that's basically in charge. Like at the end of the day, no matter what's happening on the floor battery-wise, like I can veto anything. But I also want to give, I want the snare guy, the snare tech, wherever we're at, or the battery guy. Like, if you got an idea, let's go, man. Bring it. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's give it a shot. But is it in there just to be in there? Does it make any sense with what's going on? Is it musical at all? Is it realistic? Are the kids really going to be able to play it clean? Under pressure at the end? These are all the things we have to kind of juggle and balance often. And you watch other groups, you really feel like, I feel like a lot of time, like there's a pit and battery guy and everything makes sense, and you feel like something just changed. Something just changed big time. Like, I'm not even sure, and then we're back.
Yeah.
So now that doesn't mean multiple people can't be involved, but it still needs to feel connected. It should feel like one person wrote the battery parts, whether they did or not. So in all the things we've talked about today, for me, it's whether it's one person writing everything or a whole team, everything applies. If you're writing it all by yourself, you still have to have an outline. You still have a plan. You still have to probably make some adjustments to the front ensemble parts as you write battery parts. And everything we talked about is totally applicable to all that. Making sure all the design elements are there, staying on top of it, doing your kids a service, is putting as much time as possible before they receive the music.